We're hiking Chain Lakes Loop this morning, and this is not something you're gonna wanna miss.
Mount Baker Wilderness was stop number 4 on our epic road trip around Washington State.
Good morning from Bellingham, Washington. It's a little after 5 a.m. We're currently on our way to Mount Baker to go hike in on the Chain Lakes Trail and go backpack camp up there if there's a spot.
It's Labor Day weekend and there are only 8 total spots on this entire loop trail. So if we're not there early enough, then we don't get a spot. Let's see what happens.
This drive was so pretty. It was super foggy as we drove through several meadows, and as we climbed in elevation, we were able to catch the sunrise through the mountains. By this point, we knew this experience was going to be something really special. We arrived at the Artist Point trailhead around 7:15. We found a parking spot and we started pulling our gear together. After stuffing the last few things into our packs, we hit the trail around 7:45. It actually took us a few minutes to figure out which path was the real trailhead. Artist Point has a few little offshoots, but once we found it, the trail was clearly visible and pretty easy to follow the entire way to the lakes.
So we're just starting the journey. Mount Baker. Olivia found some forbidden huckleberries.
They're not forbidden.
The forbidden
Those are
fruit. The
huckleberries.
forbidden fruit.
I want to eat one, but I just don't want to poop my pants if I'm wrong.
In the instance it's not a huckleberry, that'd be highly unfortunate. Pretty confident
Here,
these are
look.
huckleberries.
Look at this bad boy.
Well, we're just getting started. What do you think?
It's so beautiful. Easily one of the most beautiful places we've ever been, and we just started.
Yeah, we're not even a mile in. And there's Mount Baker over there, and the views are incredible. There's a sign for Chain Lakes to the right and Ptarmigan Trail to the left. We're taking a right to continue on the Chain Lakes Loop. There's a few different small paths that get off here, it looks like. We're gonna take the one to the far right as it matches up with the map I downloaded from Backcountry. We're gonna keep following this and head to the lakes.
Our plan was to reach the lakes by late morning, sometime around 11.
Well, we made it to Hayes Lake. This was kind of our main destination. We found our spot. We're on the opposite side of the trail. We're gonna set up camp, and this is home.
Now time for a celebratory snack.
We didn't think that Mazama Lake was anything too special. Iceberg was beautiful, but there were no designated spots there. So we were really happy to find such a great site right in between Hayes and Arbuthnot Lake. After 3 hours of hiking with full packs, we were ready to celebrate with a swim in Hayes Lake.
Oh, the water's fine.
Is it?
Come here, my darling. I'll help you in.
Oh yeah? I'm sure you will. No, I just have to send it if I'm gonna do it. Rumor has it, we're still trying to jump into the water.
Ready?
Woo! Come on.
Oh, that was crispy.
I know.
To clarify, by swim, I really mean polar plunge. That water was freezing. It did not last long, and neither did the quick lunch that we made. Pro tip, Peak brand chicken teriyaki and also their sweet pork and rice meal are pretty good as far as backpacking meals go. Of course, we had to swim in Arbuthnot Lake too. This lake even had a couple little rock ledges for cliff jumping.
Ready?
Yep.
I gotta get a good stance here. Woo! Ooh, it's cold. That was fun though. I'm gonna do it again.
The best part about this whole experience was that we had the entire afternoon to just be. We intentionally planned our day this way. Getting to camp early meant we could create space for slowness and peace. It was perfect. We had plenty of time to swim, take a short nap in our tent, have a little dinner, and we even did a little mini hike past Arbuthnot to explore. We highly recommend packing a hammock in on backpacking adventures. We set up between Hayes and Arbuthnot Lake, which was so beautiful. By the time the sun went down around 8 p.m., we were definitely ready for bed.
Welcome home.
Good morning from Hayes Lake in Mount Baker Wilderness area. Neither of us slept very well at all. We just tossed and turned.
That kind of comes with backpacking, though.
The times we have done it, we haven't slept very well, but nothing about this place has been super peaceful. It's dead silent here, and it's roughly 6 a.m., so it's really nice and peaceful. We just did not sleep that well, but we're going to pack up and start heading out.
We were sad to leave our little spot, but we were grateful for our time there.
So on our way back this morning, we just finished the main ascent of the hike in the last mile. It's fairly flat. There's a little bit of an incline back to the parking lot, but the hard part of the hike is out of the way for the morning.
Sweet.
We had a little bit of breakfast here, sitting on this point with Mount Baker behind us, and with that incredible view as well. All right, you ready for the last stretch?
Yep, let's do it.
Since we did the trail as an out and back from Artist Point, the distance was only about 2.5 miles from our campsite back to the trailhead, and only about 600 feet of elevation gain. Definitely manageable, but we were feeling it a bit on the climb.
It's about 9:30 in the morning, so not too bad of a hike back. We left from Artist Point. We hiked in to Hayes Lake, camped at Hayes Lake, and then we hiked back the same way to avoid the difficult climb from Heather Meadows up to Artist Point. It's a 1,200-foot elevation gain. Most of it's along the road, so a lot of those views you see from the road anyway, so we decided to skip that part, go in and come back. It saved us a lot of time and I think some unnecessary hiking. I'm sure the rest of it's great. We just chose to do it a little bit different.
The views were great all the way through the entire hike. There wasn't one dull moment.
And we would recommend, if you are going to backpack in, you can camp at Mazama Lake or you can camp at Hayes Lake. I would highly recommend going to Hayes Lake, and there's a little trail that goes around the lake. We ended up going between Hayes Lake and Arbuthnot Lake, and we set up our hammock right in between the two, and it was spectacular. So we would highly recommend going the extra mile.
This hike was so gorgeous and absolutely worth including on your next Washington road trip. You'll want to start early, bring layers, and give yourself plenty of time to slow down once you get there. It's a special place and you'll want to soak in every moment. Thanks so much for coming along with us on this backpacking adventure. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked this video, and click the link to our next video from our Washington road trip series, where we hike Maple Pass Loop in the North Cascades. See you then!